Welcome to the Dr. Ashley Show. I'm Dr. Ashley, and today we are going to talk about 7 food and drink swaps for healthier eating and healthy weight loss. Most people fail in their health goals not because they're eating too much, but because they're consistently eating the wrong things every day. But with a few easy swaps, you can start feeling better, you can drop fat, you can heal your metabolism, and you can reverse things like fatigue and cravings without giving up the foods that you really love. We just need to make some easy, healthy swaps. So today, that's what I'm going to share with you. 7 swaps that can change your health from the inside out, starting with your next grocery run. By the way, I'm a PhD nutritionist and registered dietitian and the owner and founder of PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition. To date, we have served over 10,500 people drop weight successfully and keep it off. Collectively, we've let go of more than 466,000 pounds nationwide. My goal with this channel is to help you successfully drop the weight and keep it off. So let's dive in. All right, swap 1 is letting go of juice and soda and swapping it with mineralized water with citrus and salt. So, fruit juice of all types, even if it's fresh squeezed, is just liquid sugar. I like to compare it to melted Skittles in a cup. I know that might be triggering for some people, but really, we do not need juice. We don't, even if it says organic. Your body reacts the same, whether it's orange juice or soda. Now, I know orange juice is going to have more vitamins in there, more minerals. However, the sugar component to the body, especially if you're struggling with excess fat weight, specifically around the belly area, is just not going to serve you. So instead, what we can swap it for is some filtered water with some fresh lime, a squeeze of lemon, add some Celtic sea salt into there, maybe some mint or ginger. I really like mineralized sparkling water, and my favorite brand is Mountain Valley. You can get it at Whole Foods in those green glass bottles. You guys try it, and I want you to come on over to YouTube if you're listening to this on a podcast platform, and you guys drop your comments below. Have you ever tried it? What's your favorite water? I really like water in glass bottles, trying to avoid anything in plastic and aluminum, just because that stuff does leach into the water. You can also get, we've had this at the house before, but a soda stream where you can make your own sparkling water. But it's really great to be able to have that mineralized water, even if it's bubbly or not, and then add some salt in there. If we are consuming a lot of plain water and we're not getting salt, we're not getting electrolytes, we're not going to stay as hydrated as possible. If you feel like staying hydrated is a chore for you, I feel you, because I'm the same way. And I actually have a longer episode where I dive into hydration and talk about tips around hydrating. So go check out that in the link in the description of the YouTube video, and you can learn more about that. But again, adding electrolytes, adding some sea salt into your water can really help with your adrenal glands, which most of us, including myself, really do need some support with. So no juice or soda, go for mineralized water, sparkling water. If you really need something sweet, my favorite is Zevia. It's sweetened with stevia, which I prefer over sugar. All right, swap 2 is whole wheat bread. Swap it for cauliflower or egg-based wraps. Modern wheat is nothing like what our ancestors ate. Today's wheat is hybridized, it's sprayed with glyphosates, and it's jacked up with gluten that really wrecks your gut and spikes blood sugar, especially wheat here in the US. That's why a lot of people say they can go over to Europe and tolerate the wheat. It's not as dirty as the wheat here, but even so-called healthy breads like Ezekiel will spike insulin, it will keep you stuck. I had a client the other day reach out to me, and he said he was following the meal plan, but he was eating just like 3 slices of Ezekiel bread a day, and he wasn't dropping weight for about a week. I'm never concerned if someone's not dropping weight for a few weeks, because usually body composition is still shifting as well. But he shared with me what he was eating. He mentioned this Ezekiel bread. I'm like, okay, let's try an experiment. Don't change anything else, but just drop the Ezekiel bread and add a little bit more olive oil to take the place because I didn't want to drop the calories. And he was able to restart his 2.5 to 3 pound per week weight loss. So really, for a lot of people who have inflammation, fat around the belly, fatty liver, the wheat is not serving you. So instead, here are some brands that I like. Outer Aisle Cauliflower Sandwich Thins. They're made with cauliflower, egg, cheese. I like them because they're grain-free, they're gluten-free. You can toast them. They're pretty darn delicious. Another option is Egg Life Wraps. They're made entirely from eggs and clean seasonings. You could do breakfast burritos, sandwich roll-ups in them. Another brand that I like are the Crepini Egg Thins. They're egg and cauliflower based, no carbs, super versatile. You can even make quesadillas out of them. Now, a lot of people like to ask, what about sourdough?
Hey guys, just a quick reminder about GlucoCut Plus, my specially formulated supplement to support your metabolism throughout your fat loss journey. With patented ingredients, it aids in consistent weight loss and boosts energy by supporting your thyroid, burning fat, and maintaining lean muscle mass. Weight loss can stress your body, but I created GlucoCut Plus to have your back. Visit dr.ashleywellness.com and use code Ashley10 for 10% off your first purchase or 20% off your first subscription order with free shipping. Plus, enjoy a 30-day money-back guarantee. Back to the show.
It's very trendy. And the reason why it's trendy is because when you really make true sourdough, it's fermented. It's more like what our ancestors did once they actually had wheat available to them, because actually way back when we didn't have any kind of wheat, so we really weren't brought up on being able to tolerate and consume and thrive off of wheat. It's a very new thing. But anyway, if we go back to sourdough, true sourdough is made with wild yeast and lactobacillus bacteria, which kind of pre-digest the gluten and the starches in the flour, and it makes it easier then for us to digest. It lowers the gluten content. It breaks down phytic acid, which makes minerals like iron and zinc easier to absorb. Those are more going to be blocked when we eat regular whole wheat items. It reduces the glycemic impact so it doesn't spike your blood sugar like regular bread. It improves gut tolerance, especially for people who are gluten sensitive. It's easier on blood sugar. And studies show that real sourdough made with a really long fermentation process results in lower post-meal blood sugar spikes compared to standard white or whole wheat bread. So I don't think you should think of sourdough like a superfood. You're going to likely be better off without it. But if you really, really need to consume bread and you can find something like this, then it could be an okay option. And it's very important to understand that not all sourdough is equal. Most grocery store sourdough is fake. It's just white bread, and then they add some vinegar or flavoring to it. Long fermented sourdough has ingredients just flour, water, and salt. And usually you can find it at like local bakeries. I know here in Asheville, Mother is a really great local restaurant that sells great sourdough bread. You can find it at farmers markets, stuff like that. And then people will also ask, what about like low gluten and more ancestral flours? So if you want to make your own sourdough bread or other flour-based items, you're just not open to letting it go, which I think you should be open to letting it go. I will say, public service announcement, that I completely changed my gut and my health by letting go of grains and letting go of flour. But I understand everyone's different. So if you're not open to it, you can check out einkorn flour. It's by Jovial Foods. You can find it at Whole Foods, and it's one of the oldest cultivated grains. It's never hybridized. It has a simpler gluten structure, and it's more digestible as a result. It's not gluten-free, but it's lower in gluten. It's just going to be a better option for you. If you've already made swaps like these and you feel like you are eating super healthy and the weight is still not budging, you likely need a personalized support with one-on-one coaching to help make these small tweaks that will create huge changes in your health. Do not lose hope if this is you. I see it all the time, and I like to say small hinges swing big doors. We can still make huge improvements in your overall health. So if you are listening to this on a podcast platform, just check out myphdweightloss.com to learn more. If you're watching this on YouTube, just go into the description, just click the link to learn more. All right, swap number 3. Instead of cereal or oatmeal, go with eggs with avocado or maybe a chia seed pudding with collagen. Cereal, even the heart healthy kind, is just processed grains covered in sugar. Raisin Bran, terrible. Fiber One, not great for you. And oatmeal, it actually just turns into sugar in the bloodstream faster than table sugar for a lot of people. Not saying everyone, but for a lot of people. If you are consuming oatmeal with a little bit of peanut butter and some raisins and some low-fat milk on top, one of the worst breakfasts you can consume. So instead of doing that, instead of cornflakes with banana and skim milk, you're going to swap it for one of these power breakfasts. So one option would be 2 to 3 pasture-raised eggs cooked in ghee or cooked in butter or avocado oil with half of an avocado. Or you could do a chia seed pudding. I prefer Zen basil seeds because they have less lectins in it. But you could do a chia seed pudding and then just add some full fat or low fat Greek yogurt to it. You could do a scoop of collagen. You could do a scoop of vanilla whey protein and put some cinnamon, maybe some berries on top. The reason why this works is because starting your day with protein, fat, and fiber is like the best positive trifecta for blood sugar balance, to help support fat burning, to help support mental clarity. So if you can turn your breakfast around, you will flip on the switch to burning fat for the rest of the day instead of tanking it by 10 a.m., which most of us do with our breakfast choices. All right, swap 4 might make some people angry. Take out the oat milk, take out the soy milk, and switch it for a full-fat coconut milk or a cream. So if we're talking about creamers in your coffee or going to get a latte, oat milk is not serving you. It spikes insulin. It's just processed. Like oats don't have milk, right? You can't milk an oat. And so we shouldn't be consuming this processed oat milk. Most oat milk contains vegetable oils in there, which are inflammatory, super ultra processed. So instead, if you are going to the coffee shop and you want to have something delicious, here's my recommendation. Get an Americano. Ask them for about a 1/2 inch of steamed heavy cream. You could do it with half and half if you don't like things super creamy, but heavy cream is one of my favorite foods. So I'm suggesting some steamed heavy cream. And then if you really want a treat and you want it to be sweet, I would go for like a pump or 2 of sugar-free vanilla. Give it a shot, and I want you to try it and then drop your comments below and let me know how it tastes. If you have another kind of coffee order that you want help manipulating, we'll see if we can help you with that. So drop that in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, and you're listening to this on a podcast platform, come on over. Also, I have a great coffee ordering guide. So it just made me think of this while I'm talking about it. We'll stick a link to that in the description here on YouTube. So if you need help ordering, just go in, get that guide, and it will help you. So remember that fat doesn't make us fat, but fake milk does. We don't like oat milk, soy milk, just really high in carbs and sugar and processed gunk. All right. Swap number 5, let go of rice, even brown rice, and quinoa. I know, like all these foods we've been told have been super healthy. And I'm not saying they're terrible. Actually, if you have to consume a grain, I would go for rice. But let go of the brown rice, let go of the quinoa, and go for riced cauliflower instead. Brown rice is often loaded with arsenic. It's loaded with anti-nutrients. Quinoa is high in oxalates. It is a gut irritant. For me, if I personally consume quinoa, I feel terrible. I get heartburn. And, I never realized that until I let go of grains. So that's why, I would highly suggest let go of grains for 30 days. Just drop them. And then you'll see where you are baseline, and you can add them if you really want to back in and see what your body mounts a response to. And maybe you'll be lucky and you won't, but we don't really get anything good from grains. We don't need grains to thrive. So I want you to think that we consume grains because we have a desire to do so. So cauliflower is great. Riced cauliflower is super, and you just have to know how to cook it. So you want to saute it, high heat, avocado oil. You could put butter in there. You could put some sweet potato in there if you want to. Swap number 6 is to let go of your fat-free, low-fat, fruit-flavored yogurts and instead go for your full-fat, plain Greek yogurt. If you really don't like the thickness of full-fat, you can go for low-fat, but never anything non-fat. It's just processed and it removes the healthy fats that you need for your body, your brain, your hair, your skin, your nails, and to help you stay full. So you're going to let go of your non-fat and low-fat fruit-flavored yogurts, and you're going to go for a low-fat or full-fat plain Greek yogurt. If you don't tolerate cow's milk, you could go with sheep. You could go with goat milk. They have all different types of milked yogurts out there. I like these better than a nut milk based yogurt, just less processing and less gums to make it thick. And then top it with some frozen blueberries or some fresh berries. Some cinnamon is really helpful to help balance blood sugar. You could top it with some chia seeds or Zen basil seeds, nuts and seeds if you really want to, but my best suggestion would be to stick with just some berries. This combination helps to stabilize your blood sugar. It feeds your microbiome. It satisfies cravings for desserts, and you will just see a lot of mind-blowing progress if you're able to be consistent with these swaps. All right, last swap is swap number 7. Let go of your quote unquote healthy granola bars and go for beef sticks and some dark chocolate. Granola bars are like dessert in disguise. Even the clean ones like Lara bars, RX bars, they spike your blood sugar and they do not have enough protein in them. So instead, you're better off swapping it for grass-fed beefsteak like Chomps or Epic. I really like carnivore snacks. They're pretty delicious. And then if dark chocolate isn't a trigger food for you, you could have a square of dark chocolate. Make sure it's about 75% or above of cacao content. Anything less than that's just not going to give you the antioxidants that you're looking for and will be higher in sugar and more likely to trigger cravings. Now, for some people, we can't do dark chocolate at the moment because it is really hard to just eat one square. So if that's you, then we're going to find a different suggestion to accompany that beef stick. You just want to make sure that you give your body some protein and fat instead of the sugar or the carbs to help stabilize your blood sugar and keep fat burning mode on. Now, you guys, if protein bars are just really helpful for you, I get it, to stick in your car, in your purse, on the go, then there are a few brands that I like more than others. I like the David bar and I like Quest bars. And I actually did a video breaking down my top 10 favorite protein bars. So if you know yourself and you just need something that's quick and you want the best suggestions, then just click the link in the description on this video as a YouTube video and we will direct you toward that content because it was a very helpful video for a lot of people. Now, guys, everything when it comes to creating change in your life, including dropping weight, comes from consistency, right? Making just a few of these swaps consistently, day to day, adds up, especially if you are looking at wanting to improve your metabolic wellness. It takes time. It's like healing a sprained ankle. You've got to give the body time to heal and reduce inflammation. But if you're wondering what to eat when you go out to eat, I know that it is a complicated process and kind of overwhelming, daunting for a lot of people, then you don't want to miss this next video where I guide you on exactly what to eat when you go out, and I'll help you make these swaps when you're out at a restaurant. So check out this video. Just come on over to YouTube if you are, again, listening to this on a podcast, and check out this video so that you do not wreck your progress when you dine out. All right, you guys, if you are listening to this on a podcast platform, please leave a review. I read them all and they mean a lot to me. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and drop your comments below. What of these swaps are you going to try? Which are your favorite? And what swaps do you already make that I didn't mention that you can share here with the community? I want to hear. All right, you guys, remember, you've got to step up to make the change. Lead with your heart, train your mind, and do not negotiate with your body. I'll see you next time.